Enormous Antarctic lake disappears in 3 days, dumps 26 billion cubic feet water into ocean.
Here's a summary of the article.
Scientists believe that an estimated 21 billion to 26 billion cubic feet of water that drained into the ocean could raise sea levels. The lake vanished within 3 days after the ice shelf underneath collapsed. The Antarctica Peninsula has been witnessing significant melting-driven ice shelf collapses as researchers try to understand how meltwater forms, flows and alters the surface, and that rapid water-driven changes are not limited to the summer season alone. Witnessing a collapse. Researchers captured high-resolution satellite images showing an abrupt change on East Antarctica's Amery ice shelf in June 2019, where meltwater stored in a deep, ice-covered lake drained through to the ocean below, leaving a deep, uneven 11-square-kilometer depression of fractured ice. We believe a large crack opened briefly in the floating ice shelf and drained the entire lake into the ocean within 3 days. The lake held more water than Sydney Harbour, and the flow into the ocean beneath would have been like the flow over Niagara Falls, so it would have been an impressive sight. Roland Warner, a glaciologist at the University of Tasmania and lead author of a new study, said, "Melting ice a cause of concern. In recent decades, some Antarctic ice shelves have experienced greater surface melting with rising air temperatures, and the most recent projections of the consequences of future warming for Antarctica show that trend continuing and creating more melt lakes. The last ice area is part of the Arctic, where the floating sea ice is so thick that it's likely to withstand global warming for decades."
This post received a score of 12,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Damn, 26 billion cubic feet is hard to visualize. 26 billion cubic feet would be a cube measuring a little over 2,962 feet on each side. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai is officially listed at 2,716 feet tall, so if you imagine a cube of water the height, width, and depth of the Burj Khalifa, that would be pretty close. Edit. Since a couple of people have expressed confusion, let me clarify that I'm talking about a cube that is as tall, wide, and deep as the Burj Khalifa is tall, not just the Burj Khalifa. It would be thousands if not millions of Burj Khalifas, and I'm too drunk to do the math right now.
Oh snap. That's not nearly as much as I imagined, lol.
Yeah, it's a volume of water that would fill a lake that's a square 3 miles on a side to a depth of about 100 feet. Lots of water to be sure, but relatively small compared to big lakes. Lake Tahoe, for instance, is 5 by 10-12 cubic feet. This lake was 2.6 x 1010.
How long will the lake be if it's 1 millimeter deep?
Nice try, Mr. Word Problems.
Johnny had 15 lakes.
How many watermelons did it take to fill the lake up with its juice?
More than 5, less than 5.
Greater than 5, less than 5 E132. Fun fact: approximately 1 E80 atoms in the universe.
Please fire whomever decided to arrange the after picture on the left and the before picture on the right.
This is my gripe.
Hey now, it reads correct if you translate the page into Hebrew. 'Cause we read that right to left, there's no hidden Jewish space laser stuff in here.
Or Japanese winking face.
Japanese only reads right to left if it is very 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 old, or if the text is written vertically, top to bottom, right to left. Outside of newspapers and handwritten essays, almost all Japanese is left to right, top to bottom nowadays.
The fact that the ice basin beneath has melted from ambient water temperature is not good news. Then there is fact that when you dump large volumes of fresh water into saline ocean currents, it disrupts the flow due to density, which then can make huge changes to seasonal weather patterns. This should be a huge warning shot to us, but I feel like it's just going to get lost in the shuffle as usual. I have a young son who I want to inherit a livable existence on this planet, but I feel like all we are leaving this generation is an accumulation of ignorance and selfishness.
If you think people are going to work together to fix this, you are wrong. We couldn't even coordinate during the pandemic.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.